Welcome, everybody. The college football season is here, which means it's time to look at some NFL draft prospects. I'm Joe at the Game House, and today we're going to take a look at some NFL draft prospects to watch in college football week 0. All right, as mentioned, week 0 is here. It's never too early to start looking at the NFL draft. We know NFL teams are already looking at this next draft class, and a lot of draft content creators out there are already getting into it. So let's get started here with some prospects to watch in week 0. Now, it's not a full slate of games, but there's still some prospects to watch playing in week 0, and so maybe some ones that you won't get a chance to look at too closely once all the teams are playing, and even some guys on these teams you might want to look at later in the season. So we'll get it started with Sam Hartman, the quarterback out of Notre Dame. Notre Dame 9-4 last season. They needed a quarterback. They went and got Sam Hartman. There will be plenty of games. Check out Notre Dame's other prospects. But I think I want to see this week how Sam Hartman really gets going in this new offense. He excelled in this extended mesh read option offense in Wake Forest. This will be a little bit different at Notre Dame. He's going up against Navy in Ireland. I would like to see his accuracy continue to improve. He's below a 60% passer career. Let's make sure we get that over 60 this year and have a good year with Notre Dame. Doesn't have all the greatest receivers to work with, but I think having the FBS active leader in passing yards is a big deal for Notre Dame, and I think they can do some damage this year through the air. All right, Kalen Bullock, the USC Trojans. This is a big year for USC. I mean, Caleb Williams come back after his Heisman. They won 11 games last year, made the Cotton Bowl. But that defense was bad. Kalen Bullock was a bright spot on that defense. He had 48 total tackles, 5 interceptions, 5 passes defended last year. But that defense really needs to take a step forward if they're going to make a push for the college football playoff, and he needs to continue to play well. So the week 0 matchup for them is San Jose State, ranked 25th in the country last year for passing yards. They have former Hawaii quarterback Chevan Cordeiro throwing the ball around. I think he'll need to show off his good ball skills again. One thing he needs to work on this year, I think, is just being more physical, helping against the run. I think that could really help the whole defense out if he does that. Really interested to see what he does this week, as we'll probably be watching guys like Caleb Williams and some of the receivers later on in the year. I want to see if this defense improved in week 0. I want to see if they can give him a shot to make the college football playoff, and I want to see if Bullock can maybe be the first safety taken in the 2024 NFL draft. I think that's certainly within the cards for him. Maybe at least a possibility for him. All right, Avery Huff, for linebacker for the Florida International Panthers. Highly rated recruit, 4-star recruit, I believe. Signs with Miami, ends up transferring after 2 seasons where he didn't play that much. He had 8 total tackles. But a lot of people have him on the radar still because he was a highly rated recruit. He's going to be starting for their week 0 game against Louisiana Tech. I think he's just got to prove he's got that athleticism. This is just a guy to watch and see if he could be on draft boards later on. He's not a guy who should be really on draft boards quite yet. He just doesn't have enough tape to be, but this is his chance to build the tape. So we'll watch Avery Huff, see if he can do anything this week, and if he can, maybe he can start getting on some radars. Praise Amewole, the edge rusher out of UTEP. I think is a guy to watch this year. Went 5-7 last year with UTEP. He had 5.5 tackles for loss and 2 sacks last season, but that was a down year because the year before he had 12 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks. This week, UTEP's playing Jacksonville State, their first game up from the FCS level up to the FBS level. We'll see what he can do. I think that can give him a chance to maybe get on a bunch of tackles who aren't used to playing at this level, maybe get some sacks and build up his stat line as he goes into the latter parts of the season. I think he can play his way into being a late-round pick. I would love to see him just put a better stat line. With edge rushers, you want to see them get to the quarterback. You want to see sacks. And the 2 sacks last year won't impress many, but if you can improve on that, maybe he gets some NFL looks next year. All right, Cade Bennett, the interior offensive lineman for San Diego State. He helped San Diego State last year win 7 games. He was second-team All-Mountain West last year. He transferred in from Oklahoma State, I believe, and now I think he's going to be kind of key to this San Diego State offense. They're going to have to run the ball to be competitive, and they're going to want to play defense, run the ball against Ohio, so if he can help establish the run, I think he can improve his stock, and possibly be one of these guys from Mountain West, maybe a mid or late round pick from their offensive line. And the slate is pretty light this week in week 0. Let me know who you're watching in terms of NFL draft prospects this weekend. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.